Senator, the Honorable Reginald Farley, President of the Barbados Senate, Chairman of the Board of Management and other members, representatives of the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training, Acting Principal, Mr. David McCarthy, Acting Deputy Principal, Dr. Albert Bartlett, President and members of the PTA, members of the All Scholars community, members of the media, members of staff, prize winners, students, parents, guardians, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am Ross Brown, a teacher at the Christ Church Foundation School, and I have the distinct honor and privilege of being your Masters of Ceremonies this afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to the Christ Church Foundation School's Speech Day and Awards Ceremony for the academic year 2019 to 2020. Over the last 2 academic years, the COVID-19 pandemic has prohibited us from being physically social and thus prevented us from celebrating our speech days as we would have liked. However, this has not hindered the students of the Christ Church Foundation School from rising to the academic challenge to continue to perform outstandingly over this period. We too have adjusted our approach of delivering ceremonies such as this with present and available technology. This afternoon, we highlight our past students' achievements and award their hard work and dedication for the aforementioned academic school year. We begin this afternoon's ceremony with prayer by Mrs. Donna Green Evelyn, who will invite the presence of God, our Creator and Redeemer.
Let us pray. Almighty God and Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, we bow before you and say thank you for your love. Thank you for your mercy, for you have kept us and you have allowed us to have this speech day and prize giving ceremony. Thank you for Mrs. Lowe and her team that have coordinated the program. Thank you for the students and their families. And thank you for our principal, Mr. McCarthy, and his team of teaching and non-teaching staff, and for each stakeholder and business entity that has contributed to the well-being and advancement of our school. We ask that you would oversee these proceedings and bless us. In the name of Jesus Christ, we pray with thanksgiving. Amen.
Thank you, Mrs. Green Evelyn. We now welcome the Chairman of the Board of Management, Ms. Susan King, to give the Chairman's report.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. As Chairman of the Board of the Christ Church Foundation School, I'm happy to welcome you to this speech day and prize giving ceremony. Ministry officials, Acting Principal, Mr. David McCarthy, Acting Deputy Principal, Mr. Albert Bartlett, Heads of Department, year heads, teachers, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. A special welcome to His Honorable President of the Senate, Mr. Reginald Farley, our former High Commissioner to Canada, a brilliant accountant, highly qualified, former government minister for many portfolios, including education and much more. The Christ Church Foundation School is one of the best schools in Barbados. Students, you are at a school where if you are disciplined, polite, and dedicated to your studies, you can achieve anything to which you aspire in academics, sports, or the arts. This Board of Management was appointed in 2018, and the directors are Deputy Chair, Carol Roberts-Rifa, Maria Trotman, Selena McDonald, Lorenza Hayward, and Shanika Roberts-Odell, all past scholars of the Christ Church Foundation School. Alexandra Daniel is our lawyer and legal advisor. Reverend Sonia Bainer, our spiritual advisor. The principal, deputy principal, secretary-treasurer, Situ Sabaret, and the president of the PTA are also members of the Board of Management. The Board of Management is responsible for the overall management for the teachers and students at the Christ Church Foundation School. I thank the board for their hard work. I also thank former PTA President, Mrs. Beverly Coppin, who served on the Board of Management for 2 years and has made an outstanding contribution to Christ Church Foundation School for many years. I will now identify and summarize a number of repairs and refurbishment to the plant since 2018. This is an ongoing project. All main doors were replaced, hall, junior, and senior buildings. Repairs to the teachers' bathrooms. Government provided a sum of $95,000 for the repair of all student bathrooms. We used the money very sparingly to ensure that the essential things were done. The woodwork room is now completed and the art room should soon be finished. These two projects were requested by Acting Principal Mr. David McCarthy. Over the years, Foundation School has excelled in its academics due to the performance and the dedication of a staff that goes above and beyond the call of duty. As a teacher of 41 years, I know the sacrifice, the hard work that they have put in order to achieve these results. I was part of that team for many years. I want here to congratulate the teachers on all the hard work and the good results they have gotten over the years. This has been a very difficult time the past 2 years. We have had to handle COVID-19. I want to thank the ancillary staff for their dedication in keeping the place clean, the Secretary Treasurer's Office for supplying the necessary equipment and the supplies, all the supplies needed to keep this plant safe for both students and staff. The teachers who have had to work very hard in a very difficult environment. Online classes was new to everybody, and therefore I want to thank them. I also want to thank those who supplied students with donations of tablets and the equipment. The Christ Church Foundation School is near to my heart because the word foundation is exactly what it gives to these students. It gives you a foundation in your behavior. Your attitude determines your altitude. So the first thing is a good attitude and dedication to your schoolwork and the ability to get along with others so that you can work together. I will never forget the teachers who trained me to read the Bible at assembly. Never forget the teachers who said, when a teacher is going up the stairs or coming down, you step to one side. There was a program that had been started by the former PTA head, Ms. Beverly Coppin, to help at-risk students. Our school needs, like it did in the past, under Enid Lynch, who was my head teacher, she focused on those students who were at risk. Ms. Shirley Reed, a former Lions Club South member, started a feeding program, which has continued to help students who need that help on a daily basis. I want to wish the staff and the students all the best in these difficult times. My Board of Management will continue to work hard. May God bless us all that we can provide for the nation's children. I thank you.
Thank you, Ms. King. The Christ Church Foundation School's Fine Arts Department is one of, if not the most active across the landscape of secondary schools in Barbados. And it is with great pleasure that we welcome the school's pop band, led by old scholar and teacher, Mr. Laurie Worrell, to perform for you, Rise.
Just survive, or you will see me thrive. Can't write my story. through the madness and chaos. So I call on my angels. They say,
Oh, you're strong to faith.
don't doubt it, don't doubt it.
Victories in my veins.
I know it, I know it.
And I will not negotiate.
I'll fight it and be transformed. When the fire's at my feet again, and the vultures all start circling, the whispering, you're out of time, but still I rise. This is no mistake, no accident. When you think the final, there is end. Think again.
Don't be surprised.
I will still rise.
Don't doubt it, don't doubt it.
Rise.
You know it. Just fight it, just fight it. Don't be surprised.
I will still rise.
Don't doubt it, don't doubt it.
Rise.
You know it. Just fight it, just fight it. Don't be surprised.
I will still rise.
When the fire's at my feet again, and the vultures all start circling, they're whispering, you're out of time, but still I rise. This is no mistake, no accident. When you think the final nail is in, think again. Don't be surprised, I will still rise. These words, we will still rise, represent the attitude of the Christ Church Foundation School students. No matter the circumstance, we still rise. Thank you, Mr. Worrell and the Christ Church Foundation School Pop Band. We now welcome the acting principal of the Christ Church Foundation School, Mr. David McCarthy, to give the principal's report.
Master of Ceremonies, guest speaker, Senator the Honorable Reginald Farley, President of the Barbados Senate, Chairman of the Board of Management and members, representatives of the Ministry of Education, Deputy Principal Dr. Albert Bartlett, President and members of the PTA, members of the Old Scholar community, members of the media, members of staff, prize winners, students, parents, guardians, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It gives me great pleasure in presenting the report of the Christ Church Foundation School for the academic year 2019 to 2020. Our program this evening represents a first of its kind for the school as we seek to present this year's program as a virtual event facilitated through the kind efforts of the Media Resource Department led by Mr. Berkeley Lowe and our in-house production team of Ms. Joycelyn Lowe, Mr. Laurie Worrell, and Mr. George Cox. Ladies and gentlemen, I begin my report with staffing matters. The academic year 2019 to 2020 opened with a number of teachers on a term's leave, notably Mr. Roderick Gittins of the English department, who then returned at the start of the second term in the year, Mrs. Gail Street Jules, former head of department of the Fine Arts Department, and Principal Edward Cumberbatch, who both proceeded into retirement as of January 1st, 2020. Mr. Cumberbatch would have served some 17 years as head of this institution, and it was thus on his departure that I assumed the role of principal in September of 2019. On the ancillary staff side, we bid farewell to Mr. Lawrence Herbert, longstanding security guard, and Miss Cynthia Rice, general worker, who both proceeded into retirement at the end of the academic year. Joining the staff for the first time were Ms. Tamisha Watson, teacher part-time in General Studies, and Ms. Caroline Armstrong in the Business Studies Department, who substituted continually for Mrs. Harrietta Clark, who was on sick leave during the period. In early December of 2019, we heard of a distant virus called COVID-19. We paid it little mind, but by February 2020, we were warned to prepare for its coming. And so we began to discourage our children from being too close to each other, to wash our hands frequently, and to avoid sneezing and coughing freely, but to do so using a tissue. Our school's inter-house sports was held in February under normal conditions, and the BSAT zonal games begun. But before those games could be concluded, at the middle of March, we got the news of our first coronavirus case. School closed a week early, and our lives were forever changed. Technology for online teaching and learning, once seen as a luxury to be done without, was now deployed and became an integral part of the teaching and learning. There was no choice. Online school was now our new reality. Everything done after March 2020 had to be situated within the context of a new and growing world pandemic of coronavirus. 3 teachers completed their teacher training, in which the latter part of that training was conducted online. Those teachers were Ms. Shade Mason in Industrial Technology, Ms. Sharice Hayward, and Ms. Alicia Haynes, both of the English department. Training was also offered in online teaching using the Google Suite, as this became the primary mode of teaching and learning during the 3rd term of the academic year under review. There were no permanent appointments during the academic year, but interviews were conducted and 13 teachers were recommended for permanent appointment and 1 recommendation for head of department in science. In terms of our facilities, the major physical work undertaken during the period of shutdown was the erection of a new inner perimeter fence to the east of the school. To meet the requirements of the new COVID-19 protocols, the school installed sanitizing stations across the campus. New security and safety protocols were put in place for external exams to take place during the 3rd term of 2020. I am reminded of our vision statement, which says we are to be a school of excellence that produces a quality educational experience in a safe and healthy environment. To this end, I wish to turn our attention to the social, cultural, and academic pursuits of the school during the year under review. During the period September 2019 to March 2020, several major achievements were noted. In November, the 4th installment of a talent contest co-produced with the school's PTA took place. The annual showcase, called Foundations Got Talent, saw music contestant Nathan Otley emerging as winner. Chelsea Holder, Shanae Bell, and Alexis Daniel won the drama segment, and Shania Gibbs and Caitlin White were the winners in dance. Music teacher and creator of the program, Lori Worrell, though on sick leave at the time, played an integral role in the program's success. In December of that term, the school collected for the 3rd consecutive year the National Sports Council's Secondary School of the Year Award in recognition of its outstanding sporting achievements. During the year under review, the school recorded wins in netball, basketball, cricket, badminton, and volleyball from its various teams. At the zonal level of the BSAC Games, the boys emerged second, while the girls retained their title as the zonal champions. Our sporting year, though interrupted by COVID, saw some 8 students receiving athletic scholarships to overseas universities and colleges. Those students were Jalea Denny in track and field, Nathan Crawford Wallace, also track and field, Keneal Johnson in soccer, Selena Johnson, track and field, Shante Moore, volleyball, Dominique Wood, track and field, Sarah Bell, also track and field, and the lone cricketer in the group, Jordan Reefer, who received a scholarship to Bede's Senior School in England for cricket. Regarding other extracurricular pursuits, there was additional good news for the school. Krishan Hurdle was the Royal Commonwealth Society Elliot Belgrave Creative Writing Competition winner. Niobe Holder placed third in the senior division of the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association's Children's Essay Competition. We also celebrated a win by Gabrielle Anderson, a fourth-year student at the U.S. Embassy's Black History Month secondary school speech competition. In the face of full online classes, the school continued to triumph, as occasioned by a win by Amano Hurdle, a lower sixth student, in the Optimus International Caribbean District Oratorical Contest, which was held online. His colleague Dylan Ramdin placed second in that said competition. In February of 2020, Mr. Sherlin Boyce of the English department successfully produced and presented his annual dramatic production featuring students of the theater arts program. The production was aptly entitled For the Love of a Child. And I must remark that that event was well patronized and supported. School began online in April at the start of the third term, and our teachers rose to the challenges, delivering their teaching through the Google Classroom platform. Assistance in the form of tablets and computers was given through the Ministry of Education and many Old Scholar groups and individuals, including the Christchurch Foundation School Nights and Lights group, Mrs. Shelley Williams, Mr. Morton Holder of Lumasol Technology and Consultancy, Inc., and Mr. Thomas Harris in partnership with the Rotary Club South. Food vouchers were also sourced by the Nights and Lights group. Meanwhile, the PTA embarked on the sale of cloth masks, the brainchild of Mrs. Beverly Coppin, the president of the PTA at the time. Funds from this venture were used to purchase an AC unit to be outfitted in our new foreign languages room. The present foreign language room is to be converted into a guidance room to facilitate the counseling of at-risk students, another project of the PTA. Master of Ceremonies, I now wish to invite your attention to our CXC results. CXC exams were held in late July and into August due to the ongoing pandemic, the results of which I am pleased to share at this time. The overall pass rate for our 2020 CSET results was 79%. Outstanding results were noted in EDPM, IT, that's information technology, principles of business, physical education and sport, theater arts, English A, otherwise known as English language, music, and food and nutrition. The pass rate for these subjects range between 94% and 100%. I wish to applaud the efforts of the students and the teachers involved in these results. We celebrated the outstanding performances of 3 of our CSEC literature students who made the CXC's regional merit list in the persons of Michaela Douglas, Janelle Alexander, and Kayla Payne. These students stood tall among an elite group of Caribbean students receiving grade 1 in English B with exceptionally high marks. We heartily congratulate their strong performances and showing in those exams. Master of Ceremonies, I now turn to the CAPE results. In Unit 1, our overall pass rate stood at a favorable 91%. Outstanding performances were noted in computer science, literatures in English, communication studies, geography, physical education and sport, and environmental science, all receiving 100% passes. As we turn to the Unit 2 results, a comparable student performance was noted with a rate of 89% as the pass rate. Strong performances were noted in 5 subjects. Once more, there were physical education, geography, computer science, literatures in English, and environmental science. Again, all 100% passes. Our outstanding Unit 2 student is Alexis Daniel, our former head girl, who was awarded a Barbados exhibition, scoring grade 1s in biology, chemistry, and physics. Our Unit 1 outstanding student is Josiah Bentham with grade 1s in pure mathematics, computer science, and accounting, a first for the school in these particular subject areas. Master of Ceremonies, our students and their teachers must be commended for another year of academic excellence in a period noted for its unique challenges to teaching and to learning. Our mission, which spawns from our vision statement, says that we seek to build a school of excellence through the conscious application of the principles of total quality education, resulting in creative, confident, and self-disciplined individuals with moral values. And while in every enterprise there's always room for improvement, I am confident that we have delivered significantly in meeting our mission goals. Every effort will be made to continually engender greater staff commitment and professionalism, which in themselves will significantly influence student outcomes positively. The successes of Christ Church Foundation School are a result of a continued team effort of the teaching and non-teaching staff. I commend the work of my management team and the deputy principal, my office staff, Ms. Ingrid Folks and Ms. Harriet Lane, the secretary-treasurer, Mrs. Skinner, and her staff, and the members of the ancillary team. You have all done your part in keeping the school together and functioning. Special acknowledgement also goes out to the chairman of the board, Mrs. King, and her members. We will remember you and your efforts in seeking to improve the school in both its physical and social environments. And so, Master of Ceremonies, I can go on with greater detail of the many achievements of the school, but I humbly submit that a case has been properly made. Foundation School has maintained a high standard. We concede that there's more to be done to improve the physical plant and to improve school culture. But rest assured that with the sustained efforts of all, we will get there, especially as we commit ourselves to serve and to be of service to humanity. Omnibus dice prodice, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McCarthy. At this time, we invite the head boy, Mr. Kobe Hudson, and the head girl, Miss Destiny Cummins, to give the extracurricular activities report. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming them.
Master of Ceremonies, featured speaker, and esteemed old scholar, Mr. Reginald Farley, Chairman of the Board of Management and other members, Principal, Mr. David McCarthy, Acting Deputy Principal, Dr. Albert Bartlett, President and members of the PTA, special invited guests, and members of staff, prize winners, parents, guardians, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Kobe Hudson, and I am the head boy of the Christchurch Foundation School for the academic year 2021 to 2022. It is with great pleasure that I deliver the athletic progress report for the year 2019 to 2020. It is no secret that the Christchurch Foundation School is able to produce students who excel academically. This can be seen here today. What truly sets this institution apart is its commitment to creating well-rounded individuals who are able to succeed in all areas. Due to the pandemic, which we are still facing today, our 2019 to 2020 school year was cut short. This, however, did not stop our students from accomplishing great things in the time they did have. The Foundation cricket team continues to be a force to be reckoned with. After defeating the St. Leonard's Boys School and capturing the 2019 Schools Division Championship. Notable performances from the top scorer, Rashad Worrell, Rondre Yearwood, and Nathan Seeley. The team also earned their second Barbados Cricket Association title after they retained the Under-15 Championship in July over Queen's College. The female football team was performing to their normal high standards during the 2019 to 2020 season. The team played 4 matches before the abrupt ending to the season, in which they won all 4. The girls were then on their way to the semi-finals. Notable performances from Keenel Johnson, top goal scorer, Oleana Bishop, and Takia Hope Downs. Despite the season's interruptions, the team was still able to gain a scholarship for Keenel Johnson to the North Iowa Area Community College. Our boys also continued to perform admirably in all divisions, maintaining the status of being a League One team. The Under-19 boys team finished 5th in the Football League competition, with 2 of its strikers scoring in the top 5 for most goals. The team also did excellently in the knockout competition, but unfortunately did not make it to the semi-finals. The Foundation team is also in the top flight at the junior level with both Under-16 and Under-14 teams. The Under-16 team made it all the way to the finals of the knockout competition before losing to arch rivals Queen's College. Our Under-14 team played impressively, winning the Southern Zone without losing a single game and advanced to the finals. The team unfortunately lost in a gut-wrenching performance to Queen's College. At the 2020 Inter-School Swim Sports, the Foundation Schools team performed well. Outstanding swimmers include Ryla Marvel, Daniel Titus, Adara Studdard, and Nikolai Sisnet. Then first farmer, Ryla Marvel, earned 3 gold medals in the 100-meter fly, 3 silver medals in the 400-meter freestyle, and 1 bronze medal in the 200-meter freestyle. Our badminton team participated in the National Sports Council badminton tournament, and student Kenny King emerged the men's overall champion. The team also took part in the BOA Independence Invitational game in 2019, where they won gold as a team and placed 3rd overall. Ebony Athey was the big junior champion, while Gabrielle Anderson placed 3rd in the Under-15 girls final. The Christchurch Foundation netball team successfully defended their Under-19 title by defeating Queen's College in the finals at the Netball Stadium. Dee Padmore was named the most valuable player in the finals. The team was expected to represent Barbados at the Americas Federation Netball Association Under-21 Champion of Champions competition, which was to be held in Tobago in July 2020. This competition was cancelled due to the pandemic. 6 of our players were selected for our national trials. Shantae Moore, Deepad Moore, Caroline Nurse, and Kiara Chase were selected for under-19 trials, while Shani Small and Serena Edwards were selected for the under-16 trials. The Christchurch Foundation School was ready to give of its all in the 2020 BSAC competition, a yet another fierce competition against its rivals at Harrison College and the St. Michael's School. Unfortunately, only the zone sports was able to take place. Our school emerged the champions of the estimated zone in the girls and second only to Harrison College in the boys. Overall, the Christchurch Foundation School sporting teams performed excellently in the 2020 competition, despite the abrupt ending to the season. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the teams on a job well done and to say that we all look forward to their continued excellence.
Greetings. I am Destiny Cummings, the head girl for the school year 2021 to 2022, and I'll be presenting to you today the extracurricular report for 2019 to 2020. The Christchurch Foundation Schools Red Cross Youth Link continue to serve their school and community well in 2019 to 2020. The club participated in community service acts such as school cleanups, volunteer work at the RSPCA, and assisting at the first aid station at Interhouse School Sports. A monetary donation to the HIV/AIDS Food Bank was made by the club in December 2019, as well as a presentation of stationery and books to Christchurch Girls' School in February 2020. The Christchurch Foundation Schools Debate Club, for the 3rd year since its inception, continues to make its school proud. Clubbers Dylan Ramding, Kayla Noel Downs, and Joshua Blackman participated in the Barbados Accreditation Council's annual National Secondary Schools Debate Competition, in which they placed 3rd. The school's newspaper, the CCFS Beacon, released its 4th issue in February 2020, which contains stories on the school's various achievements written by students from a range of year levels. The CCFS Student Council is a student-run organization. During the school year 2019 to 2020, the council participated in several charitable activities. A sizable monetary donation to the breast screening program was made in order to assist with the provision of affordable breast screening. The Student Council also coordinated active fundraising activities such as the sale of cupcakes and foundation paraphernalia in order to assist our late student, Nayam Stowe, with any medical expenses. Our theatre arts department was able to produce yet another entertaining and exciting production. The production titled For the Love of a Child was written and directed by Mr. Sherlin Boyce. This play did not only serve the purpose of showcasing our students' talent, but it also raised sufficient funds to help with the repairs and decor of the English language room. For the Love of a Child was well received by students, staff, and the general public, even earning excellent reviews in the Daily Nation newspaper. In the school year 2019 to 2020, the Visual Arts Department participated in the Royal Commonwealth Society's Christmas in the Square. They were assigned the country of St. Lucia and used bamboo and plastic bottles to create decorations and gift boxes. The Builders Club coordinated service projects such as beach cleanups, donations to the school's family fund and chess club, and the Barbados Geriatric Hospital. Like the Visual Arts Department, they also participated in the Royal Commonwealth Society's Christmas in the Square, having the privilege of being assigned Barbados. They decorated the tree using all recyclable materials. During the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Builders Club sold and donated face masks to vulnerable families, teachers, and essential workers. The club has also worked with charitable organizations such as the Barbados Cancer Society, Variety Club Barbados, and other Kiwanis clubs. The club was the only Builders Club to have attained the Distinguished Club, Distinguished Officer, and Distinguished Advisor status in the Caribbean Atlantic District. The Key Club continues to help its members to recognize and embrace their leadership potential as part of their development. As part of their leadership development, members attended the Caribbean Atlantic District of Key Club International District Convention. One of the key clubbers was elected to serve in the capacity of Lieutenant Governor of Division 3 of the Caribbean Atlantic District of Key Club. The school continues to perform exceptionally in speech and essay competitions. In February 2020, Gabrielle Anderson won the U.S. Embassy's Black History Month speech competition. Niobe Holder was entered in Florida Cruise Association competition in collaboration with the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., where she won first place, which was a gift of a cruise. Krishan Hurdle and Dana Goodrich were entered in the Sir Elliot Belgrave essay competition. Krishan won and Dana placed third. Sahara Farley placed first in the National Cultural Foundation COVID-19 contest. Additionally, the school was represented in the Optimist Oratorical competition by Amona Hurdle and Dilla Ramding. Amona won first place and Dylan placed third. Amona also won at the regional level and ably represented Barbados and Christian Foundation School at the international level. The achievements made by our students and athletes make us as a school very proud. We take time to say thank you to all of our sponsors. A special thanks goes out to the Lighthouse Lights and Nights and the Parents Teachers Association. We want to thank all faculty advisors for their assistance during the year 2019 to 2020. Lastly, but certainly not least, I would like to thank you, the audience, for your support and for allowing me to share this information with you. Thank you.
Foundation School continues to excel in extracurricular activities as we bring balance to our students, making them well-rounded individuals. Thank you, Mr. Kobe Hudson and Ms. Destiny Cummings. It is with honor that we welcome our featured speaker, His Honor, Senator Reginald R. Farley, to enlighten and encourage both past and present students of the Christchurch Foundation School. His Honor, Senator Reginald Farley, JP, CPA, CMA, is a Barbadian chartered accountant, consultant, former cabinet minister, and diplomat who immediately prior to his appointment as the President of the Senate was the High Commissioner of Barbados to Canada. Senator Farley holds the Chartered Professional Accountant designation from the Chartered Professional Accountants of Canada, a BSc in Economics and Management from the University of the West Indies, and a teacher's diploma from Erdison Teachers College. He is a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Barbados and Chartered Professional Accountants of Canada, Nova Scotia chapter. Senator Farley started his career as a teacher at the Roebuck Secondary School before moving to the Barbados Industrial Development Corporation as a business development officer, and then to the Barbados Chamber of Commerce as its executive director during the period 1992 to 1994. In 1994, Senator Farley became a Minister of Government and held the portfolios of Industry, Commerce, and Business Development during the period 1994 to 1999, Industry and International Business from 1999 to 2001, Economic Development from 2001 to 2003, Education, Youth Affairs and Sports from 2003 to 2006, Housing and Lands from 2006 to 2008. In the Parliament of Barbados, he served as a leader of government business in the Senate from 1994 to 1999, and later served as the Member of Parliament for Christchurch East from 1999 to 2008 with the Barbados Labour Party. He returned to the private sector after leaving government and became the executive director of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Barbados during the period 2009 to 2018. In 2018, he was appointed High Commissioner of Barbados to Canada and was based in Ottawa until he returned to Barbados in September 2020 to become President of the Senate, the position he still holds after the recently held general elections. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Senator the Honorable Reginald Farley, an esteemed old scholar of the Christchurch Foundation School. Senator.
Chairman of the Board of Management, principal, staff, and students of the Christ Church Foundation School, parents, special invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to address you at this annual speech day and prize-giving ceremony for the academic year 2019 to 2020. This school, my school, has a long and distinguished record of excellence in education, and I congratulate the current staff and students for maintaining that tradition. I especially congratulate the students whose outstanding performances have merited special recognition during the 2019 to 20 academic year. The theme of my message to you today is Built on a Sure Foundation. Those are the first words of the school song of the then Boys Foundation School, which I happily entered in September of 1971 as an eager, excited, and expectant 10-year-old. I remember much of that experience, especially the school song, which remains etched in my mind, especially its first verse, which was, and I quote, built on a sure foundation of knowledge, truth, and right. Our tower shall still rise heavenward with ideals burning bright. Though stormy winds assail her and waves swirl at her base, unshaken, she'll not topple when fierce tides wrung her race. End of quote. If I could sing, I would have sung it for you, but that would cause a little damper on your celebrations today. Students, your childhood and youth are the foundation years of your life. And just as the strong and sure foundation of the lighthouse tower allows it to withstand the powerful winds and waves, so will your sure foundation of knowledge, truth, and right allow you to withstand the many challenges which you will face in your adult years. You're fortunate to be students of the Christ Church Foundation School, which, based on the report of the principal, provides a broad-based experience which goes way beyond the important but narrow academic aspects of education. However, your growth and development are not the sole responsibility of your school or your parents. They will, of course, faithfully and lovingly discharge their duties, but they challenge you to also contribute meaningfully to building a strong and sure foundation for yourself. In this regard, permit me to share with you some of the lessons which I've learned throughout my life at Foundation and beyond, and which I believe can be useful to you as young people seeking to build your strong and sure foundations for life. First of all, we are stronger together. Do not lean on your own strength or try to make it on your own. Your efforts will be greatly boosted by faith in God, cooperation with your fellow man, and your self-discipline. Your faith, for example, will give you the confidence to face very difficult situations with confidence, and the divine scriptures of whatever faith will give you guidance on how to live. You need to value your friends, your family, and your community. While it may be true that he travels fastest who travels alone, it is equally true that he who wants to survive a long journey must travel with a group. Life, I've discovered, is a marathon and not a sprint. You need to build on the friendships that you've made at the school and to keep in contact with each other. Help each other along. I'm pleased to say that many of the students who entered this school in 1971 with me, we are in daily contact. Nowadays through WhatsApp group, but we have also meet from time to time for refreshment, for fellowship. And I'm pleased to say that we share lots of laughs, useful information, as well as support each other in the tough periods of our lives, such as illness of family members, illness of ourselves, or even death of our loved ones. Please note, however, on this point of friendship, that these are real friends with whom we have real relationships. And I caution you to be wary of the social media friends whom you've never met and who are only as good as the likes that they give on your social media page. My second life lesson is that you need to use your time wisely. It is my view that time is one of the great equalizers for mankind. since we each are given 24 hours in a day to use as we see fit. It is the choices which we make in the use of that time which separates those who succeed from those who fail. I want to suggest to you that among all the many things that you may choose to do, each of your 24 hours should include the following: allocations for prayer, for work, for relaxation, including meals, of course, and, of course, sleep. You need to find the right balance for your circumstances and stage of life. But every day should include each of those allocations if you are to build on your future success. The other third life lesson I want to share with you is that success requires constant hard work. I've discovered that talent without effort is of little avail. The history of mankind is littered with the unfulfilled potential of many bright, talented people who did not put in the constant hard work required to hone their skills or polish their craft. Musicians, sportspersons, doctors, carpenters can all attest to the importance of ongoing training and practice. I caution you that success is often disguised as hard work, and many people therefore do not answer their doors when success comes a-knocking, because when they look out, they only see hard work. The story that we learned in our primary schools of the tortoise and the hare reminds us that complacency can prevent the fastest from winning the race, and that perseverance seldom fails. My fourth life lesson is that change is inevitable. Expect it and embrace it. We all know that the entire education system from early 2020 was disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic. The requirement to remain physically distant in order to curb the transmission of the coronavirus resulted in school closures. Eventually, of course, thanks to technology, school was resumed using virtual classrooms. But though this is helpful, this remains a poor substitute for the richness of human interaction in the classroom, in the corridors, on the playing fields, and of course, by the canteen. And I remember one day being stopped by the headmaster, whom I was surprised knew my name. He called me and it shocked me. But the social aspects of our education are as important as the academic aspects. And I look forward, as your parents do, and I'm sure you do, to the day when schools can safely return to the traditional face-to-face format of operations. But what we can gather from this experience, and indeed we must gather from this experience, is that change is inevitable, it is unpredictable, and it is disruptive. However, we must be prepared to solve the problems caused by change while boldly seizing the opportunities presented by that change. It is my submission that the students of this generation, our young people, our youth, will overcome the problems of this COVID-19 and seize the opportunities presented through the use of new technology. We've kind of shrunk distance by technology. And there are many more ways of making things more efficient, from ordering and delivery of our groceries to other productivity and production issues. Chairman, principal, members of staff and students, the last 2 years have been extremely challenging for all of us, but most especially for those in education. And I salute you, who've been on the front lines of educating our young people, for your accomplishments in this turbulent environment. I often say that success is to be measured not only by where you have attained, but where you have come from and the difficulties you have overcome in reaching there. I'm confident that your experience at this Christ Church Foundation School has helped you to build a sure foundation of knowledge, truth, and right. I urge you, as you embark on the rest of this journey of life, to ensure that your ideals will continue to burn bright. I wish you all success on your journey of life. I thank you and I congratulate all of you.
We thank you, Senator, the Honorable Reginald Farley, for your words of encouragement and enlightenment and for being an example as a beacon of the Christ Church Foundation School. Ladies and gentlemen, At this time, we welcome to sing the song Hero, student Miss Ahanje Daniel.
Ooh, and there's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of what you are. And there's an answer. If you reach into your soul and the sorrow that you know will disappear. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You may find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you felt will disappear. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. The Lord knows that dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone take them away. And hold on, and there will be tomorrow. And in time, you'll find a way. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. That a hero lies in
What an amazing voice and talent, Ahanje. Continue to be a light to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the prize-giving aspect of this ceremony, where we highlight those students with outstanding performances in academics during the academic year 2019 to 2020. The awardees are as follows. We congratulate you, the prize winners, for your hard work and outstanding performances. We also continue to encourage you to keep striving for excellence as we continue to be of service to humanity. Go light the world as beacons of the Christ Church Foundation School and beaming examples to the world. Thank you again for your hard work and dedication.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only skies. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come together. Yeah, 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 yeah. Live a life in peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with pride that we bring this amazing evening of celebration to an end. However, before we do so, we must thank the following persons. We say thank you to the featured speaker, Senator the Honorable Reginald Farley, Acting Principal of the Christ Church Foundation School, Mr. David McCarthy, Chairman of the Board of Management, Ms. Susan King, Head Boy, Kobe Hudson, and Head Girl, Destiny Cummings, for your speeches which highlighted the excellence of the Christ Church Foundation School, and words of encouragement to our students. Mrs. Donna Green Eveling, we thank you for your prayer, which set the tone for the evening's proceedings and pointed us to where we should always set our highest goals and desires. We thank the management and staff of the Christ Church Foundation School who continue to guide and uplift the students in their strive for excellence. We thank you, the prize winners, for your outstanding work, dedication, and discipline. This evening would not have been possible if not for the kindness and generosity of the donors of the prizes, awarded to our most outstanding students. To you, we give a heartfelt thank you. Thanks must also be given to the Speech Day Committee for organizing this special day in which we have celebrated our students. We also want to say thanks to you, the parents and guardians, who are pillars of support and strength to these children and our students. And last but not least, we thank you, the viewers, who have taken time out to be here with us online as we celebrate the excellence of the Christ Church Foundation School. Senator, the Honorable Reginald Farley, President of the Barbados Senate, Chairman of the Board of Management, and other members, representatives of the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training, Acting Principal, Mr. David McCarthy, Acting Deputy Principal, Dr. Albert Bartlett, President and members of the PTA, members of the Old Scholars community, members of the media, members of staff, prize winners, students, parents, guardians, ladies and gentlemen, omnibus dice pro dice, be of service to humanity. I wish you all a good evening.